Well, it's back. This video has been something I've had to do, not because I just wanted to make a video on the E55, but I had to do this. Now, you guys know my love for Mercedes-Benz, and you know my love for this car, and the amount of people that I've seen messaging me about, did you sell the E55? Where's the E55? I can't believe you sold the E55 after you said you never will. I'm unfollowing, I'm unsubscribing and all this. It's still here. I haven't gotten rid of the car. I just haven't made a video about it because, well, I just got it back technically from the from my dad's shop. And you guys know I made an update video on this thing in December a few months ago, and I told you guys that, well, because of my incompetence, the original, when we rebuilt the motor, and I used a V12, you know, well, I'll talk more about that in a little bit, but I just got it back. And of course I had to make a video about it. I went and cleaned it. It's not perfect, but I think it also might be time to replace the wrap. There's parts of it that I just, yeah. But honestly, I'm just blabbering on. Let's just get in. Let's fire it up. And oh my God, let's just drive the damn car. Alrighty, well, we're driving the E55. Let me give you guys some background. I feel like it's needed for those that are just joining, or for those that have not been around and don't really know the history of this car. This is my 2004 Mercedes-Benz E55 AMG, the greatest sports sedan, or the greatest super saloon ever, saloon ever built. Yes, I will argue with you. No, the E60 M5 is not better than this car. No, the C6 Audi S6 is not better than this car. I don't care what you say. This is the greatest super saloon ever built. Now, is the E60 M5 terrible? Heck no. Am I going to buy one? Oh yeah. Yeah, I'm going to buy one. And is it going to be reliable? No. But that's the point of these 2000s German cars, is to be fast, look handsome, and well, put a smile on your face every time you hear that noise. Now, again, 2004 E55 AMG. I have had this car now. It's going to be 3 years in May. 3 years that I've, no, 4 years. Oh my God, 4 years. It's going to be 4 years in May. Oh my God. Wow. Yeah. Oh man. Okay. 4 years in May since I bought this thing. And do I have any regrets? No? Yes? I don't know. Listen, I've been open about it. I bought the worst E55 out of all of them, by far. This car, not the car's fault, just wasn't taken care of by any of the last 6 owners before me. It was just not taken care of. I mean, maybe the first guy or the second guy, but after that, I feel like it just wasn't very well taken care of. Just by the way the car's quality is, and, you know, everything in the car being sort of, well, broken, and the car didn't run right, and I had to rebuild the transmission, and yeah, right. But I've been through a journey with this thing, and if you guys, I'm going to give a quick disclaimer. If you guys hear beeping, that's because I have the whole trunk taken apart because, well, the soft close thing, or the closing of the trunk stopped working. So I took the motor out, and now the car doesn't know that it's closed. So every time I start driving, it thinks that the trunk's open. It's not open, as you guys can see. But yeah, so that's a little disclaimer. But this thing has been literally like the stock market currently, which is, it is April 13th of 2025, and if you guys follow the stock market, you guys know what I'm talking about. It's been like this. But listen, I love this car. It is my favorite car I've ever owned by far, even more than my E63, and I love this thing. Now, have I thought about selling this car of all the times it's been broken? Yes. I almost sold it when the transmission went out. I almost sent it to Mannheim and sold it because I was just like, I'm done. Get it out of my face. I'm going to buy something cheap. But I didn't. Thank God I didn't, because I love this thing, and I probably would have only got like $2 grand for it. But I love this car. Now, I've done a lot of work to this car. A lot of work. And when I say I've done a lot of work, my father has done most of the work to this car, but I've done some of it. So you guys know I originally bought it in May of 2021. I bought the car as a vandalism from Copart. Here's the auction listing. Here's what it looked like when it showed up. Now, I thought the car hadn't been vandalized, but it was very much vandalized. The previous owner had, I'm assuming, poured acid all over the car. Somebody had poured acid all over the car, whatever, and turned it into, well, it looked like something out of a Resident Evil movie. But aside from that, the car ran fine. Ran and drove great, no issues, nothing. It just needed a paint job. So I took it to Mako, first mistake, took it to Mako and got it repainted. And then I went on vacation to Bulgaria for a month. Came back, car was done. I took it home, and then we just started driving it. And then the conductor plate went out, because if you guys know anything about the 722.6 transmission, they have conductor plate issues. Not a hard fix. It's like $200 for all the parts from FCP Euro. Buy the kit. The only issue is you got to lift the car and drop the valve body because the conductor plate's on top of it. If you guys don't know, check out, there's a video on my channel somewhere like 4 years ago. You'll see it. Did that, started driving the car again, and then the transmission went out in March of 22. My dad rebuilt it after he got better because he got sick with COVID. Rebuilt the transmission, and then I ended up crashing the car. And ever since I crashed the car, it's just been downhill. You guys remember in October of 22, I crashed the car. Somebody cut me off on the highway. I couldn't stop, and I ended up rear-ending the guy. Made it out to be my fault because I rear. In the state of Nevada, if you rear end somebody, it's automatically your fault unless you can prove otherwise. I didn't have a dash cam. That was the catalyst that made me buy a dash cam, which unfortunately I wish I had it before that. But regardless, whatever. That happened, and then from there we actually ended up rebuilding the motor. The reason why was the way I hit the guy. I slammed on the brakes, and the car was low enough to where it went underneath his SUV, kind of like. It hit him in the rear, and then it went under, so it folded the hood in and everything, and it nicked the oil filter housing. Where the problem was, exactly where it nicked it, of course, my luck, it was right where the right where it connects to the timing cover case. So to take off the timing cover on the M113K, you either pull the heads or pull the pan. And my dad was like, you know what, dude, we're gonna do all this, might as well, let's just refresh the motor. It's got 190,000 miles on it. Even though these motors doesn't, I mean, the Confetti, and I'm sorry if I'm butchering your guys' last name, Conforti brothers, they have one with like almost 500,000 miles, and it's stock, all completely original, no issues. So the motor can do it, but I was like, you know what, dude, this thing it's also been abused. It was burning some oil and whatnot. Let's just rip the motor out and rebuild it. I bought all the parts, brand new pistons, rods, obviously all the gaskets got replaced. We resealed the motor. I did all the big stuff, the little O-ring on the pickup tube, which apparently people say will blow your motor up. It's only happened like to 2 people. Changed that. We changed the coolant seals on the timing cover, which that's a major issue. I had to buy a timing cover, which came from Germany. That was like $700. Bought the timing cover, just redid the whole thing. And then I did the most dumbest thing on the planet. I needed the plastic oil filter, the thing that holds the filter there. I needed that. And I was going to buy it from Mercedes. It was like $300. And I was like, dude, I just don't want to do that, man. I spent like $5,000 on this motor, and I don't want to spend the $300, which now thinking about it, hindsight is 2020. The dumbest thing I've ever done. Should have just bought it from Mercedes. Bought it. And then, put it on. Or not put it on. I have an engine on my house from a 2007 S600, the V12, the twin turbo. And I was like, this oil filter plastic housing thing looks the same. And my dad was like, dude, that's not going to work. And I was like, don't worry about it. It's going to work. He goes, all right, you do it. I'm going to stand back, because he goes, this is not going to work. I should have listened to my dad, whatever. I put it on, we strapped the car up, and 20, 30 seconds in, starts knocking. I was like, what's going on here? I did brand new rod bearings, and now I should give you guys a little bit of a break here. The rod bearings I ended up doing were from the naturally aspirated M113, because Mercedes doesn't produce M113K rod bearings. They just don't. It's not a thing, which sucks, but they just don't. So with that being said, I was like, okay, you know what, let's just do it. Just let me go ahead and do this, whatever. Let's just buy them. So I bought all of them, and then maybe that was also an issue. I don't know, whatever though. Because at that point, the VRP rod bearings, which we'll get to in a second, they weren't out yet. They came out in February or March of 23. The car was on the lift, and the engine had to get rebuilt. So we ended up putting it all together in December or January of 22, or December of 22, January of 23, we put the motor back together, fired it up, and then started knocking, because used the wrong oil filter thing. So we ripped it off. I put the new one on, and it was fine. But the damage had been done. The engine was already knocking, and it's because the way the oil filter housing thing, the plastic piece is designed on the V12. It's longer or maybe shorter. I don't remember what the exact aspect of it was, but it was blocking oil from actually recirculating to the rods and to the motor itself. Which I only ran it for 20 seconds, but that's all it takes for the motor to start knocking. Or thank God it didn't lock up, but whatever. Starts knocking, and I was like, you know what? We started driving the car, and the supercharger is also knocking. The bearings on the supercharger are also knocking because I bought a used one. Or I didn't buy it, I got it from Phil at VRP, which, again, Phil, thank you so much, my man, for getting this over to me. But regardless of that, we ended up, you know, the motor's knocking and whatnot. So I'm like, you know what? I don't think it's actually knocking. My dad goes, it's knocking. I'm like, no, it's not. I'm just going to keep driving the car. It'll go away. Yeah, it didn't go away. And then I had the whole issue of the car where it didn't want to run because the throttle body wiring was all destroyed. So the car sat at my house for like 8 months, and then I couldn't pass smog, so I couldn't drive it. And now finally my dad was like, dude, the car's knocking. You've put like 2,000 miles on it. We need to do the bearings. And I was like, all right, fine, I'll conform. You're probably right. So I ended up buying the VRP bearings, which are coated with CT1 coating, which these are race bearings. They're Calite or something. I'll take a picture of the box here somewhere and I'll put it in here. They're super high quality bearings. They cost me about $650 for the mains and the rods. It's worth it. It is worth it. If you're thinking about if you should do it, do it. It is definitely by far worth it, and I am glad I did it. Now, let me give you guys a little bit of a noise thing. I can't floor it fully because I'm still seating the bearings in, but we can, you know. Oh my God, I love this damn car. I love this thing. Whew, there's that smell of no cats and gas, but I love the car, man. It sounds so good, and it drives really good. It needs a retune, but we put the bearings on. My dad fired it up, and the thing drives so good now. I mean, the only noise you hear from the motor now is that supercharger with the bearings. That's it. The motor's quiet as heck. Everything's great. No more rod knock, none of that kind of stuff. Here's a picture of the old bearings, by the way. Yeah, they were cooked. That's cylinder 7 and 8. So the last 2 cylinders, those 2 were the most destroyed, which usually is what happens when you spin a rod bearing, is the last 2 cylinders are always the ones that go. The reason why is most of the time the reason they go is because they're the last ones to get oil. So if you're starving the engine of oil, they're not going to get any. The first ones might, the last ones are not. So I destroyed them. I'm surprised all of them didn't have damage, but it was just the last 2 that really had damage on them. The crank, thank God, no damage on it. The crank is perfect. We didn't need to re-hone it or redo it or anything. It's perfect. The crankshaft works, or the crankshaft had, you know, smooth. It didn't have any wear on it or anything, which is great. Thank goodness. Because my dad's biggest worry was you drove the car for 2,000 miles with rod knock. Yeah, it's probably it might be knocking, or not might be knocking. It's gonna have damage to the crankshaft. Thank God it didn't. Thank you, you know, Mercedes, for not doing it. And you know, it's good. The car's fine. It drives great now. It looks great, or not looks great. And we've got a lot of stuff to do. I got to fix that front bumper gap because I just put that on real quick after I got the car wrapped. I got to fix that bumper gap. I got to fix a bunch of the weather stripping around the car is destroyed because it sat outside for so long in the sun in Las Vegas. So I got to redo the weather stripping. That's fine. And then the seats, I got to redo these seats because these E63 seats, especially the driver's one, is destroyed, and the motor stopped working. So I'm stuck in this position. I can't move the seat up or back. So I gotta get a motor for it or whatnot. But I've been really contemplating. Well, the car was in the shop. I was like, do I just sell the E55? I have the E63, and that thing does pretty much everything this car does, but better. It's faster. It is faster, trust me, because the E55 doesn't run right. I need to get it retuned. It's faster. It's more comfortable because of the massaging ass, you know, seats and everything. It doesn't smell like gas because it's got cats, and it's very reliable. Knock on Mercedes wood or whatever, because it's newer. I mean, and it hasn't been abused. I'm the 3rd owner of the car. So then my dad was like, hey, it's done, come pick it up. So I went and picked it up and I drove it. I can't sell the car. I just can't do it. I love this damn car. This is like, you guys know your first, like when you whatever the first is, whatever you end up, you know, you lose your certain thing to, you always think about it, right? You're always thinking about it. That's my first. It's your first race car, your first girlfriend or whatever. It's always in the back of your mind like that. Oh, that's there. And that's the E55. This was like my first real performance car. I mean, the Boxster S was cool and whatnot, but this was like my first real big boy car, the AMG that I spent a lot of money on and everything. I just can't, man. I love this car. Yes, it's the worst E55, absolutely, but it's my E55, and I love this car to death. I really do. It does everything I want it to. Starbucks drink. Love it, man. I love it. I can't sell it. Now, my plan was, if I sell this thing, keep these 63s, you know, the race car or whatever, and then buy a W211 E320 CDI. I really want one, those diesel E-classes. I don't know why. I really, really want one. I have 2 W210 E300 diesels at my house that I need to figure out what I'm going to do with and maybe sell or daily or something. I don't know. But I was like, I could pick one up from the auction for $2 grand at the auction with like 200-some thousand miles. They're bulletproof reliability. And just daily that and, you know, do downpipes and tune and whatnot to the E63. But I'm going to miss the V8 in this thing. I mean, the E63 is a V8, but it doesn't sound anywhere near as good. I don't care if you do downpipes or whatnot. The E55 will sound better. The Catalyst C63 mufflers and the burble and the popping and just the supercharged V8 noise is, it's unbeatable. It is unbeatable, and I can't do it. I can't do it. I can't sell the E55. I love this car, even though it's causing me a lot of pain and headache. I can't sell the car. I love this thing so much. It's my favorite car I've ever owned, and it's still my favorite car I've ever owned. I can't do it. I can't sell this thing. But yeah, I mean, here's the update video, you guys. The car's back. It's, you know, it's running and driving. Next on the list is definitely the seats. I gotta get them retrimmed. The bumper I gotta fix, which is just not gonna cost anything. I just gotta take it off and put it back on properly because it's not put on right. Fix some of the damage from when I crashed it. Some of the stuff is bent, so that's why the headlight doesn't sit right. I gotta fix the metal where the headlight connects to at the bottom. I gotta fix that, kind of straighten it out and put it on. And just a bunch of the weather stripping and whatnot, you know, fix the trunk. I've been getting an error message. The gas light starts flashing when you drive the car. That means you have a huge evap leak. I don't know where it's coming from. I changed the charcoal, I don't know, canister, and it's still there, but I don't know. Maybe it's, some people are saying check your evap hoses around the engine and whatnot. I got to check all this stuff because I don't know what's going on. But I can't pass smog with the car again this year if that keeps going, because I have a check engine light, which thank God it finally has a check engine light, because now I know what the issue is. Before, I couldn't pass smog and I had no check engine light, so I don't know what was wrong with the car. But now I do. Is driving fine. The car drives great for now. Knock on wood, nothing else breaks. But yeah, and I got to get it retuned. I'm either going to have Tony do a dyno day with me and retune it. If I can get a hold of him, it's almost impossible to get a hold of him. Or I'm gonna go with that Vano guy, you know, the guy that tunes the cars, that's got a really great tuning record. I might go with him and just get this thing retuned so I can get it, you know, get some good power going, because the car doesn't drive how it's supposed to. And for daily driving, it's fine. I mean, it burns a lot of gas, but it runs too rich. When you floor it, black smoke kind of spews out, and on my air fuel ratio, it pegs into like 10 or 11, which, I mean, it's better that it's running rich as opposed to lean. You don't want to lean the motor out, but we also don't want it to, you know, just do this. We want it to run right. I want it to be fast and drive right, because I want to race against E63 and smoke the E63. But that's the goal for right now, is just to get that going. Obviously fix the seats, like I said, and just enjoy this thing. Now, am I going to buy an E320 CDI? Probably. I've got my eyes on one here at Copart. So when it comes up for sale, if I could get it for like $1,000, I'll buy it. It's got some damage to the doors, but there's plenty of these cars in the junkyard I could just go and pull some doors off of. But I love the thing. I love this car. It's one of my favorite car I've ever owned, and it's not going anywhere, you guys. There's your update video on the E63, on the E55. Let me know what you guys think about this thing. Like I said, I love this car. This is my favorite car I've ever owned, and that won't change anytime soon, you guys. But I love this thing. Let me know down below, what do you guys think about the E55 AMG? What should I do to it next? You know, what do you guys recommend? I'll take all your considerations in, and the more work we keep doing, I'll keep filming, and we'll go from there. So I hope you all have a fantastic day. Thank you guys for tuning in, and I'll talk to you guys soon. Have a good day.